Hello everybody and welcome to San Miguel Brave, a space for everyone and especially for our English-speaking community. I'm Maria and today we have important local updates from San Miguel. But let's begin with the exchange rate. The US dollar is currently priced at 60.98 pesos to buy and 18.11 pesos to sell. These figures may fluctuate through the day volume change in global markets and local economic factors, so it's a good idea to keep an eye on updates if you are planning to exchange money or make an international purchase. Checking the last rate can help you to make a smarter financial decision. So once again, we're going to review every single day the exchange rate. Of course, we make this so you could know how it is the rate, if there is something that changed, just to put all the information and that you have it whenever you are planning to go to another country, visit us right here at San Miguel, or maybe going out because we know that we pass into this holiday, this Christmas seasons, so we receive a lot of visitors. So if you're planning just to buy your tickets from your home, just take that in mind. And with this, let's move on. And oh my God, let's move on and let's take a look at the weather. Right now, San Miguel have a temperatures around 20 degrees and clear skies. So we still having a light refreshing breeze moving through the city. It's one of those calm, beautiful days where the sun feels gentle and being outdoors is truly enjoyable. And looking ahead, tomorrow we expect a cold morning with temperatures dropping about 9 degrees before warming up to a pleasant of 20 degrees later in the day. It will feel a bit crisp early on, so you may want to grab a jacket, but in the afternoon conditions should be perfect for exploring and spending time outside. As we always say and as we always recommend you, if you are new here in the city, if you want to know if there is anything beautiful, you can go with us and just, well, not with us, but you can go and enjoy the beautiful streets that we have in this beautiful city, San Miguel. So we were outside just filming and making little interviews and going outside just to have something really updates from San Miguel and bringing here into the show. And when we were outside, we feel like, oh my God, it was kind of hot. We were passing the days before that we have this cold, and today was kind of warm. So of course, just be on touch with the weather things because they all change, and one day we are so cold and the other day we are so hotter. So just take precautions and remember that we are going to give you all the information about the weather anytime and as soon as we have it. So just take that in mind and tell us, what do you think about the weather today? Do you really like it, enjoyed it, or you prefer the weather when it's more like kind of warm with a lot of rainy days, or maybe you think that San Miguel is beautiful in any occasion, in any weather? And just you could do that, of course, on our comments on Facebook or whenever you are watching this. And of course, right now you're watching our WhatsApp. That is 415-296-4668. So if you want to appear or came here to the San Miguel Brave, you think that you have a story to tell, something really interesting, something that is information that everybody should know it, or maybe you have something that could help other people, or maybe a lot of San Miguelenses, maybe a lot of residents and visitors, you are so welcome here. The only thing that you need to do is just send us a message, talk with us about your idea, and of course we're going to give you all the details, all the things, and we're going to give you a step before coming onto the show so you could have all the information that of course we need to have before you came here, or maybe that helps you to clarify your idea. Maybe we are going to send you one of the checks that we need to have, and then you are like, oh my God, now that I have this information, I think that we could go over this way of other ways. So it's always a good idea just to talk with us, and then we're going to give you the response that you need to have, or maybe the response that you need to have before all the things going on, and to clarify everything. So that would be so beautiful. And of course, the only thing that you need to do once again is just send us a message to our WhatsApp. And now moving on to the updates of San Miguel, how now we're going to a report about the fire department, when they're going to tell us about the things that happened over the weekend, as well as important information, the incidents that happened, everything that you need to know. So here he is.
Por parte del Honorable Histórico Heroico Cuerpo de Bomberos, continuamos nuestras labores de atención a las necesidades que se van presentando. Es muy importante mencionar que continuamos en la atención a los incendios de tipo pastizal. Queremos pedir, por favor, que se abstengan de provocarlos, de generarlos. Recuerden que independientemente de que constituya un delito, pues estamos atentando contra nuestro planeta, que es la única casa que tenemos. Sí es muy importante mencionar que el suelo se regenera y se recupera muy rápidamente en cuanto al crecimiento del pasto, pero hay algunas otras plantas que incluso mueren en su totalidad. Entonces es importante mencionar que evitemos este tipo de situaciones. La contaminación que esto genera continúa dañando a la capa de ozono, y al final del día pues nos va a cobrar la factura a nosotros como seres humanos. También es importante mencionar que debido al frente frío que estamos viviendo en casi en todo el país, tenemos todavía como pronóstico, de acuerdo al Sistema Meteorológico Nacional, eh, casi 5 días más con estas temperaturas. Queremos pedir, por favor, que extrememos precauciones en el uso de lo que son los calefactores. Esperemos que no tengamos una situación que atender en este sentido. Pedimos que, primero que nada, pues revisen si vamos a utilizar calefactores a gas. Vamos a revisar todas nuestras instalaciones, que el tanque y el regulador estén en perfectas condiciones, y sobre todo el aparato de consumo esté en buen funcionamiento, para que esto no esté haciendo una combustión inadecuada que genere bastante monóxido de carbono, y siempre y cuando también ser conscientes que no debemos utilizar este tipo de artefactos o aparatos con la casa completamente cerrada, con la vivienda completamente cerrada, ya que esto va a permitir que el monóxido de carbono se acumule más fácilmente y que pueda haber una situación ahí desagradable. Si vamos a utilizar leña o carbón, que en algunas de las viviendas, sobre todo en las comunidades, en algún espacio, lo hacen de esta manera, pues vamos a igual extremar precauciones. Recuerden que al final del día también es otro riesgo más de provocar o generar un incendio dentro de la vivienda. Entonces vamos a extremar todo lo que esté al alcance de nuestras posibilidades, las precauciones. Si utilizamos un calefactor de corriente eléctrica, pues principalmente vamos a checar nuestras instalaciones para evitar una sobrecarga y sobre todo generar un incendio que pudiera repercutir en la pérdida de nuestro patrimonio. Recuerden, el Honorable Histórico Heroico Cuerpo de Bomberos Voluntarios San Miguel de Allende, pues continúa, y obviamente esto es muy importante mencionar en los últimos días, desde la última semana del mes de diciembre, se dispuso el poder hacer entrega de la ropa que teníamos acumulada aquí, de lo que nos han hecho favor de donarnos. Se ha estado haciendo la entrega en comunidades, tanto de nuestro municipio como en comunidades aledañas del municipio vecino, que es Juventino Rosas. Estamos hablando que estamos haciendo este trabajo, y aquí queremos agradecer primero que nada a nuestro presidente del patronato, el ingeniero Jesús Mercadillo Escobedo, que permite que se realicen este tipo de actividades para poder dar, pues ahora sí que apoyo en estos casos a la gente que más lo necesita. Las comunidades que se atendieron, de Juventino Rosa se atendió Mesas de Almanza, Encinal de Canoas, que están colindando allá en la parte de arriba con los cimatarios, con el viejo cimatario y con nuevo cimatario, que son de nuestro municipio. Se atendió obviamente la entrega de ropa en Nuevo Cimatario, Rancho Nuevo de la Rosa, y quiero pues agradecer públicamente a la persona que nos hizo favor de apoyarnos con 3 andaderas. También quiero mencionar que se hizo la entrega de una andadera para un adulto mayor que tiene problemas de movilidad. Esto se realizó la entrega en la comunidad Nuevo Cimatario. Entonces hemos venido haciendo otros trabajos, otras labores, otras acciones en bien de la ciudadanía, siempre pensando en colaborar y coadyuvar en las necesidades, para resolver las necesidades que las mismas tienen. Aquí continuaremos, todavía tenemos algo de ropa que vamos a seguir distribuyendo. Agradecer de verdad a todas aquellas personas que hacen posible que podamos realizar este trabajo con sus donaciones en especie de ropa, zapatos, en algunos casos nos han traído juguetes. Y pues bueno, aquí continuaremos. Agradecer también a los integrantes de la Brigada Internacional de Rescate San Miguel y a la Fundación FICUC por su granito de arena que ponen para poder tener esto en marcha.
So these reports go principally about talking that, okay, we're now talking about the weather we experience now, a lot of breeze, a lot of cold during these days. So it's just to take in mind that if you're going to put fire, you're going to light up a candle, something to get warm, just pay attention because this is a potential risk about a fire problem. So it's just to take this on your mind. Now that we are to low temperatures, you need to be so careful with the things that you are going to do if you're light or if you're using fire just to get some kind of warm before this happen into or before this gets bigger and represent a terrible accident. So that's all his recommendations, and there you have as well as the number if you need to report something that is kind of weird, if you whenever you're going on the highways or if you are just on your neighborhood, if you notice something potentially dangerous, there you have the number of the fire department. And moving on, today we're going to talk about depression. As today is the International Depression Awareness Day, we will be sharing some important information to help better understand what depression is and why it is important to talk about it. So here we are again, but this time just to talk about something that is very important. Today is the International Day about Depression. So sometimes we think that depression is something that we need just to escape for, or it is something easy to go for, but it is something that is on silence most of the time. We don't know how much bigger this problem. It is not just a problem, it is just a condition, but it represents a problem for us because most of the time we have depression and we don't know that we have it. So all the things that we pass or all the things that we're passing having these symptomatics is that we just experience a lack for energy. We don't want to make a lot of steps. We think that all the people or maybe the world is against us. This is something terrible because this is something that goes to our brain, to our feelings, to our emotion, and of course to our body. So the things that we need to care about is just to go and talk with a professional if you're thinking that you have something that is not the common, if you now have a lot of thoughts that you never have before, like I don't know, something that makes you feel that you don't need to be here, that you don't belong to any community, to this world, because most of the time we just think that it's only our thoughts and our feelings, that okay, maybe I just have a bad feeling and that's normal. But when it is constant, we're talking about something that is not normal. And this is something that we need to tend. This is something that we need to go and just take care of us, because this can be mortal sometimes. So today we recognize this as something that we really need to care for. And if you are thinking that you could have it, if you think that you're kind of experiencing something weird on your mind, on your body, on your energy, on your feelings, it is important that you need to go and attend this situation before it gets worse. It's nothing about being ashamed. It's nothing that you need to feel bad for. It's nothing that you could go and pass about this feeling and then feel happy. It's something that needs work. It's something that you need to be prepared to take for, but it's something really normal, because most of the time we pass a lot of depression not just because we feeling sad one day and that was everything. Depression is something that is constantly, and most of the time we don't know that we have it. So this is just a reminder for everyone to be conscious about your feelings, your thought, and anything that you think that it's kind of unusual on yourself. And personally, about this theme, I want to just talk with you guys for a little bit because depression is something that is important to attempt. Sometimes we are passing to our lives, we don't really get so in touch with our own emotions, and it's so common that during these things we just think like, oh my god, I'm kind to having or experience having bad thinkings or maybe having bad thoughts, but it's normal because everybody passes from this, so I'm gonna go outside and make it anywhere. Sometimes that kind of thinkings and that kind of thoughts are just like the tiniest light that remind us that we need to take care of ourselves, because if we don't do it, anyone could make it for ourselves. Any really care about for us as much as we do, and most of the time we just think that it's normal, or maybe we're just so afraid to ask for help. And this is something that really happens because we are just in this world that constantly is saying us to us like, you need to be stronger, you need to be just high like everyone, you need to be better, you need to be strong, you need to be so powerful. And most of the time we believe or we think that we're kind of gods, that we're kind of heroes, that anything can hurt us or that we could do anything, and that we really need to get worried about anything. And whenever something happened to us, we just need to face it and go ahead. And of course that's something really great because most of the time, well, the life, it is not fair. Life is life and it is what it is. So we need to be so strong with ourselves to go over this life situation and make it in the best way for ourselves. But what happens when we really need to just stern our feelings? We really need to say what we feel. We never need to feel that we have someone that loves us, we are having a company, we are part of a community. And whenever we don't feel that, and whenever we are just so bad about anything that happens, whenever we start thinking that everybody is just having a trouble with us, that we don't have any value, that why we are still here, that's some thinking and that's some thoughts that happens and every single day, or maybe it happens more than one time of your lives. And yes, it is kind of normal, but it is not normal when you have it constantly and repeat it every single time, and now you feel that way like, yes, you shouldn't be here, or like, okay, I'm a terrible person, why do I'm here? So it's always a good idea to search and ask for help. I know that this is something like easy, you can sweep about this emotion and go to be happy or blessed. It's in that way. Maybe depression is one sickness that is just like in silence, because that doesn't mean that whenever you have depression you are going to be so sad and in your beds and you will never go out of that. Depression, most of the time, it is when the person are so happy, a person that is so friendly, a person that apparently have everything correct, but he also or she will have depression, because depression is something that it's in you, something that you think, something that you feel that you are. So it is important to go and ask for help. It doesn't make you feel weak, it doesn't make you feel less, because it is so normal and we pass about this sickness at least one time of our lives. So of course it's something that it's worrying, and if you're thinking that maybe you have it, if you search about the signals or the symptoms about a person that have depression and you think that you have a lot of checks, or maybe that you complete a little bit, or just that you're complete the whole list, it is not that bad. It is normal. You're a human being, You are experiencing life as well as we all do. So it is normal to ask for help. It doesn't make you feel less. I know that sometimes it's kind of hard because we have a lot of things that I need to make that, or I need to make this done, or what do I feel about it. But whenever you find the correct way, or whenever you find that thought that is make you feel like this way and you change it for better, I promise that your life is going to get easier, it's going to get peace, you're going to find happy, you're going to find joy in your lives. And everybody deserves joy. Everybody deserves to live a life that they really love. Everybody deserves to live a life feel completely full in love with themselves, with everyone, with the world. And of course, that doesn't mean that everything is going to be easier and now you have the love and everything will be like a rom-com. I'm not saying that way, but this will help you to feel you better, and this is going to make your reactions better in any circumstances of your life. So today we remember that this is not just a thing like, okay, I'm going to sleep on emotion, or it's just a time. It's something that you really need to care about it. And of course, it's something kind of hard, but it's not impossible to get away from it. So of course, we are here with you and we understand you, and we want you just to make you feel better and do everything for yourself and for your health, about physical, emotional, and mental and spiritual. And now we are here during this segment to learn what people are looking for, and most importantly, what they think about San Miguel Allende. So we have a few short interviews for you and with you, so I hope you like it.
A favorite activity? Well, I have dogs, so my favorite activity is walking them. But I love going to the botanical gardens and hiking around the botanic gardens. And yes, exploring and shopping. That's really fun shopping. And I really love coming to Spanish class every day, having that routine. I think it's important to have a routine here because you can get a little lost maybe.
Yes, learning Spanish is fun, having class here. Also, I love, there's a group that does walking. The gentleman's name is Pinell, and he does walking tours of different neighborhoods 3 times a week. Some are more leisurely, others are up the hill. It's a little faster, but it's a lot of wonderful people you meet, and it's very easy, and you look at art, and he takes you around. So
What I would add is there's a boulder gym in San Miguel where I go to, and it's really tiny, but it's really nice. And it also gives you like a little community to go climbing. For example, there's a place Alcocer. You can climb outside there, but also other places surrounding San Miguel you can climb. So that would be my thing.
So again, talking about depression, and with these little interviews, having a community and having someone to talk with, hanging out, to go outside and have a great time, this really helps you to feel part of something. This really help you. So they were talking about their favorite activities, what they really love to enjoy here in San Miguel. So if you're just watching us, there you have the recommendations, or maybe just go outside this beautiful city. You can meet a lot of people just like starting a conversation. I know that sometimes you feel like nervous, sometimes you feel that, oh my God, what I'm going to talk with this person, or maybe she's going to think that I'm crazy or something like that. Yes, because we all happen about that thinkings, and it's kind of scary at the first time. But whenever we make the first move, we start having a beautiful friendship. We start to know different people. We start to get involved to this sense of community, to know a new perspective, new different lives, new different histories, and it's something really beautiful that helps us to know more about them, but of course to know more about ourselves, because most of the time when we participate on these activities or when we try to make new friends, to know some people that we never imagined, that helps us to understand things that we don't know about ourselves, because it's something curious. Whenever we are passing through one situation of our life, our personal life, we kind of see in one perspective. And it sounds like kind of crazy, but whenever we meet someone and he or she particularly have the same history but in another different perspective, that help us to understand our story in another different way. Or maybe that help us to feel glad about something, or maybe to feel like, oh my God, we need to know more about the world, more about another stories, more about anything. So it's something that we could do it if you don't want to go and make an activity of exercise, or you don't have any dog to walk to, or maybe you are searching for new friends. Just be friendly, tell them your story, and I promise that maybe you will have a better or at least at one good friendship. So you could try it. And of course, we want to have a lot of interviews with you. And we want that if you are outside and you saw us, the theme of the San Miguel Brief, maybe you will say, oh my God, I want to watch this on the San Miguel Brief. I want to listen these themes. Or maybe I know one person that has a beautiful history about something really important or something really artistic or anything, and maybe it will be so informative if you have it on the show. So we're here just for you, for everybody, all the San Miguelenses and the English speaking community, and we want to give you more of the things that make us feel alive. So now moving ahead, let's go to our section of Heads Up.
Heads Up, this is World Around Town.
The Library Guide Tour. Discover every corner of this 50th century building, learning about its history and explore its activities. Every Thursday at 11 a.m., the meeting point is at the library courtyard. Your donations support our programs. And now we have some information about Canada. So let's go and see this Tuesday 13, the tour, a special Canadian tour of at La Biblioteca. It will be for a cocktail again at 4:03 p.m. at Main Garden. The entry is free.
Heads Up, this is World Around Town.
This is all the information that we have about the section of Heads Up. But as I was saying, if you want to participate, being something really excited to the San Miguel Brief and to this special section of Heads Up, when we announce all the events, all important things, or maybe even though a sale garage, anything that you want to participate, you want to announce, everything that you are saying or searching for views, for people to know you, who you are, or maybe your activity, your event, Remember that we could put your announce into the program. The only thing that you need to do is just contact us by our WhatsApp, that is 415-296-4668. So there, just send us a message, or maybe just give us your announce, and of course you need to come here just to check all the details before your announce appear into the show. So the only thing, it is easier, just contact us by WhatsApp, and we're going to give you all the response that you need to have before coming or having your announce into the section of Heads Up. And now we'll continue with the national news, and we have the New York Times released growing nurses with the Mexican government following troop streets. Senior officials confirmed that the attack of Venezuela made them believe the warning were serious.
María Corina Machado visitará a Donald Trump en la Casa Blanca este jueves. Es el primer encuentro formal desde que comenzó la transición en Venezuela. La semana pasada, el presidente de Estados Unidos adelantó que planeaba platicar el futuro de Venezuela con la líder opositora y ganadora del Nobel. Con el arresto de Nicolás Maduro, Trump la descartó para liderar Venezuela de forma inmediata, pero ahora parece que la incluirá en algunos planes.
Well, this new particularly was talking about Maria Corina Machado is scheduled to visit Donald Trump at the White House this Thursday. So there you have the response. The Donald Trump was saying, like, maybe we don't want you, we don't think that you are capable of leading this country, but right now it looks that he really wants her for something. So this is the information that we have about this news, and right now we're passing again to the news that I was saying just in one moment.
Según el New York Times, dentro del gobierno mexicano hay nerviosismo porque ya vieron que Trump no está jugando cuando lanza sus amenazas. De acuerdo con este periódico, 3 altos funcionarios del gobierno de México contaron que las palabras de Trump dejaron a Sheinbaum y a su círculo cercano dándole vueltas a cómo iban a responder a Estados Unidos. Y no solo eso, aseguraron que antes del ataque a Venezuela, varios colaboradores dentro del gobierno pensaron que las amenazas de Trump eran fanfarronerías, pero que esa suposición se hizo añicos tras la intervención estadounidense en Venezuela. El diario incluso reveló que tuvo acceso a documentos del equipo de Claudia Sheinbaum, que se pasó analizando cada declaración de Trump en los últimos días y la cobertura de los medios de comunicación en Estados Unidos. Según el New York Times, hicieron hasta gráficos en el equipo de la presidenta y arrojaron que a partir del ataque a Venezuela subieron constantemente las referencias a México, pero que el lunes bajaron y empezaron a incrementarse las de Groenlandia, uno de los países a los que Trump ha amenazado con anexar Estados Unidos.
So of course, particularly, we're having a lot of news about what Donald Trump is making, what all he's going to think about talking with other countries, and especially about his response to everybody. So again, we're still having a lot of different conversation, different information about this theme particularly. So it's not clarified at this moment what's going to happen, what happened with Mexico, what happened with Venezuela, what's going on in Donald Trump's mind. But this is information that we have for today's episode. And of course, about talking the national news, we hope that tomorrow we have more clear details, that we have a lot of information, but now talking about what's going on, because right now all the people, and especially all Mexicans, we are just in concern about the situation. So we hope that during these days, at least not during these months, we hope during this week, we have a strong response, we have a lot of information, and that everybody just feel pissed about this particular thing. This was everything for San Miguel's update and updates from around the world, but I hope to see you tomorrow with more news. And remember that this was episode 47. We are at 3 episodes for the episode number 15. So I'm excited. We are going to have something special. So this is everything, and have a nice day.